Hello Year 2. Welcome to today's maths lesson. You're going to be mathematicians and you're going to be looking at months today and seasons. So your target today is to know the months of the year other than just your birthday month. To know which month it is in which season. So to recognise the difference in seasons and to discuss the difference in seasons. So to be able to reach your target, you're going to have to know those things, aren't you? Here we go then. Let's warm ourselves up with the months of the year. We know the months of the year. You know the months of the year. So let's see if you can say when they are. Please answer the following questions. Now you can either do this by writing the answer down, or if you're with somebody, you could just tell them the answer. Which is the month after September? If you need to pause the video, you can at any time. Which is the month before May? The month of September is 2 months after which month? The month of February is 2 months before which month? The month of the year that comes first. The first month of the year. The last month of the year. Pause the video while you find all of those answers. Okay, you ready for the answers? Let's have a look then. So the first question, which is the month after September? If I find it on my chart, September, October. Which is the month before May? So we're in May now. So the month before May, last month was April. The month of September is 2 months after which month? How am I going to find that one? September is after this month, but 2 months after. So I've got to jump back 2 months, haven't I? So jump back 1 is to August, to 2 is July. So July is 2 months before September. The month of February is 2 months before which month? The month of September is 2 months after which month? The month of February is 2 months before. So February is before this one now. So I'm having to think about these questions, aren't I? So February is 2 months before, well, it's 1 month before March, it's 2 months before April. And the first month of the year is January. We know that because it's when it's New Year, isn't it? And the last month of the year is December. We know that because that's when it's Christmas. Today is some paper, pencil, a ruler and some crayons if you've got them, some coloured pencils. Vocabulary that you'll need today, amongst other things, of course, it's all the months: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You need all of those. You're also going to use the words seasons, months, before, after and weather. Okay, so we're going to look at the 4 seasons. Can any of you remember the 4 seasons? Let's see if you're right as we go through this story. It was the first day of school and James, Bisma, Lily and Felix were all very excited. Can you remember your first day at school? Can you remember what season you start school in? Their teacher asked them what they had been doing over the summer. Do you start school in the summer or after the summer? Think about it. We'll find out later. The teacher explained that this year the children would be learning about seasons. Our seasons are autumn, winter, summer and spring. You knew that, didn't you? Each season is very different. This year the children are going to look for changes in the weather and in the world around them. What do you think they will notice? The teacher gave them a special camera so the children could take pictures of all 4 seasons. They took a picture together to celebrate starting school. They were very excited. I bet your grown-ups at home took a picture of you when you started school. As the weeks went by, the children started to notice changes. Can you think of what season we went into? So we go to school in September, and then what season do we talk about that has the leaves? That's right, it's autumn. The weather was getting colder and it got darker much earlier. The sun rose later on in the morning. The children had a harvest festival at school to celebrate all of the food that had grown and been harvested. And last year we collected food for the food bank for harvest. I collected conkers on the way to school, and I know some of you, I think Veronica, she went to Himley and brought some conkers back from Himley last year. I saw leaves falling from the trees. They had changed colour too. What colours do the leaves turn in autumn? They go from green to gold and brown, don't they? Here are some of the photos that the children took during the autumn. They loved playing with the leaves that had fallen from the trees. One of the children realised that some of the plants had flowers had died. Why do you think that happened? Well, we've been learning about that in plants. And you will have learnt about that in year 1 as well, when we did plants. In November, some of the children celebrated bonfire night and watched some fireworks in the dark. We had bonfire night in November. And remember, there was a big firework display in Dudley that everybody could see. And you might have had fireworks in your back garden. Was that in autumn or winter? It was cold, but it was still autumn then. Some of the children celebrated Diwali. They decorated their homes with colourful rangoli patterns and special candles called diva lamps. And we made some diva lamps in year 2 last year in the autumn term. So all of those things happen in autumn. In autumn, some animals hibernate. This means that they go into a very deep sleep until the spring. We've moved into a new season now. What season follows autumn? That's right, it's winter, isn't it? The next season was winter. It started getting dark very early. The children could see that in winter we have the least daylight. Lots of trees lost their leaves and had bare branches. Wow, I can see my breath in the air when I walk to school on frosty mornings. I'm so cold I have to wear my hat, scarf and gloves at playtime. They help to keep me warm. We had a really cold winter this winter, didn't we? During the winter months, the children took these photos. They saw frost on the ground and trees with no leaves. How does frosty grass sound when you walk on it? Crunch, crunch, crunch. Lots of the children celebrated Christmas. Some of them decorated a Christmas tree at home. When it snowed, they went sledding with their friends. We had lots of snow and lots of people went sledding, didn't they? As a special treat, the children made delicious hot chocolate to warm them up after a cold playtime. Did some of you have hot chocolate when it was cold? We had hot chocolate nearly every day in my house because it was cold for a long time. In winter, sometimes it snows. We had lots of snow this winter. Evie wanted to build a snowman with her mum. Which hat do you think he should wear? I think I would put the woolly hat on the snowman. And after winter comes spring. The season after winter is spring. The children noticed that the sun was rising earlier in the morning and it was starting to get dark later. So the evenings were lighter than in autumn and winter. And we can see that there's some blossom coming on the trees then. And that happens often during April and into May. and there's probably lots of blossom around at the moment if you have a walk around. I love flying my kite on windy days. I can see all of the blossom twirling and swirling in the wind. And I remember last year when it was summer, when it was spring, that happened in our school playground, and we were all in the playground and lots of the blossom came down on us, and it was like it was snowing, but pink snow. Do you remember? Here are some of the photos the children took in the spring. Lily went to the farm with her family. She took the school camera with her. She saw lambs, chicks, calves and foals. The children wore their wellies so they could splash in the puddles. They spotted bluebells growing in the woods. Do you know the name of any spring flowers? Can you think of any? Yes, daffodils, tulips, crocuses. Well done. When they were playing outside, the sun was shining and it began to rain. The children spotted a rainbow. In spring, lots of baby animals are born. We have lost some chicks. Can you help us find them? I don't think I can see any chicks in that picture. I can see some rabbits though. Perhaps the chicks are hiding in the woods. What do you think? And finally, after spring comes one of our favourite seasons of the year. That's right, summer. Some of the things that we love doing are on the pictures here, aren't they? After spring, it is summer. It got dark very late and it was still light when the children went to bed. The weather was much warmer, although not every day in summer was sunny. It rains lots sometimes as well, doesn't it? We had a picnic in the park. It was really sunny and warm. I kept cool in the paddling pool. I had to wear sun cream and drink lots of water too. That's what you have to do, isn't it, if it's really warm and you're in your paddling pool? But even if you're not in your paddling pool and it's hot and the sun's out, you have to wear sun cream and drink lots of water. Here are some of the photos the children took in the summer. One of the children played in the paddling pool with his sisters. One played football at the park. The children grew tomatoes at school. They tasted delicious. On sunny days, the children had ice cream as a special treat. In summer, the children had sports day at school. We usually have that, don't we? They went outside to have races and play games. These are some of the things that they might need. Will they need all of these things for sports day? I don't think they will. See if you can choose which ones they will need. So, the 4 seasons. At the end of the year, the children took their teacher. The children and their teacher looked back at all of the photographs they took. They stuck them into a special book along with things that they had collected throughout the year. Let's stick these crunchy leaves onto the page about autumn. I'm going to put the flag from my sandcastle on the summer page. The children realised that the next season would be autumn again. So after summer, it's autumn again. That's right, because you have the long summer holidays at home, and then when we come back to school in September, it's autumn again. It's one big circle, isn't it? This is where you're going to need your resources. So you're going to need your paper and pencil, and if you've got some coloured crayons, you'll need those as well. I've included a little wheel up there of the months of the year, but of course you've already written the months of the year at the start of our lesson as well, so you've got them there to copy if you need the correct spellings. We're going to split our piece of paper into 4. So you're going to draw a pencil line down the middle, and then you're going to draw a pencil line across the middle. Okay, so you have split your piece of paper into 4. You have got 4 quarters. In each of those boxes, you are going to write the months, the 3 months that go into that season. So you're going to write a season autumn, winter, summer, spring. Did I do that in the right order? I didn't, did I? Autumn, winter, spring, summer in a circle around, okay? So autumn, winter, spring, summer. So summer goes into autumn again. And then in each of those boxes, you're going to write the 3 months that go with that season. And if you'd like to draw me a little picture as well, maybe in summer you'll draw a beach. In winter you'll draw a snowman. In autumn you'll draw a hedgehog with some golden leaves. In, what have I missed out? Spring, maybe some daffodils. I like spring daffodils, do you? Okay, over to you. Pause the video while you finish your pictures. Here are 2 ideas that you could have drawn. Maybe you drew a circle instead of a square, instead of a rectangle even. Maybe you wrote it like that, or maybe you did a rectangle. If you haven't done one, then you could just do it from here. Okay, so once you've done that, you could answer these questions to yourself. Which season is your favourite? And why is it your favourite? Tell yourself or tell somebody in your house. What happens in autumn? Which season is the coldest? What did the children see in spring? How did the trees change through the year? Now you can write the answers to those questions on the back of your picture or onto another piece of paper. And then, criteria, will we know, have we hit our target today? Do we know the months of the year? And do we know which month is in which season? Have we recognised the differences in the seasons? And can we discuss the difference in the season? Work back to me tomorrow to show me how you've got on. There will be a prize for the best work. Okay, see you tomorrow.